This is the story of why the clever crow outsmarted the greedy snake. Once upon a time in the lush jungle, there lived a very clever crow. He was loved by all the birds in the forest for his intelligence. One day, while he was eating an egg that he had stolen from a nearby nest, he saw a large rock fall into the river and block its flow. The rock created a small pool of water where it had been previously flowing, and this filled the crow with joy because it was extremely hot outside, and the water would be perfect for taking a dip. As he walked closer to the rock, he saw a huge green snake slithering out of its hole. The snake had been hiding under the rock and had come out to bask in the sun. When he saw the crow, the snake felt hungry and thought to himself, well, he's a nice juicy bird. I must catch him and eat him. So the snake quickly got into position and waited for the perfect moment to strike. The clever crow, however, noticed the snake and understood what he was planning. "I know your tricks, you sneaky snake," said the crow. "You want to grab me and gobble me up, don't you? But I'm not going to let you do that. You'll have to catch me first." With that, the crow spread his wings and flew away. The snake tried to follow him, but he was too slow, and the crow soon disappeared into the tall trees. The snake was furious. He hated being outsmarted, and he wanted revenge. So he slithered back under his rock and waited patiently for another chance to get the crow. Meanwhile, the crow was telling all the other birds about his encounter with the snake. They were shocked to hear that such a dangerous predator was living in their forest, and they wanted to know what they could do to stop him. "Don't worry," said the crow. "I have a plan to get rid of him once and for all, but I need your help. Each of you will bring me 10 pebbles, and we'll use them to smash the snake to pieces." The birds agreed and soon arrived with the pebbles. The crow then placed the pebbles around the rock, making a circle. He then sat on a tree branch and called out to the snake, "Hey, snake, come out and play. We have a fun game to play today." The snake felt curious and poked his head out of the hole. When he saw the circle of pebbles, he thought, "What kind of a game is this? It looks like fun. Let me join in." And so he slithered out of his hole and joined the circle of pebbles. As soon as he did, the crow shouted, "Catch me if you can," and he flew away before the snake could react. The snake panicked. He realized that he had been tricked, and now he could get back into his hole because the rock had fallen and blocked the entrance. He tried to turn around and go back, but it was too late. The crow had already gathered all the birds, and they began pelting the snake with pebbles, hitting him from all sides. The snake tried to dodge the pebbles, but it was no use. They hit him again and again until he was completely smashed to pieces. The birds cheered when they saw the snake lying still on the ground. They had finally gotten rid of the dangerous predator. From that day on, the birds in the forest lived happily and safely, all thanks to the clever crow. Now, this is a tale that teaches us that brains are more powerful than brawn. The snake was big and strong, but he was no match for the crow's intelligence. Sometimes it's not enough to just be big or strong. You also need to be smart and quick-witted. In life, it's important to use your brain. Think before you act and always be prepared. Just like the crow, keep your wits about you and you'll be able to outsmart any challenges that come your way. And remember, even the smallest and weakest creature can be strong and powerful if they use their intelligence wisely. Now, my little friend, I want you to close your eyes and think about a problem you're facing right now. What can you learn from the clever crow? How can you use your brain to solve your problems? Maybe you can talk to someone you trust, plan things out carefully, or come up with a creative solution. Whatever it is, remember that you have the power to make things better. Now let's take a look at some of the lessons we can learn from this story. First, we learn that it's important to be aware of us. If the crow hadn't noticed the snake, he might have been caught and eaten, but because he was paying attention, he was able to escape. This is why it is important to stay alert and pay attention to what's going on around us. You never know when something dangerous might be lurking around the corner. Next, we learn that it's important to be quick on our feet. The snake was much faster than the crow, but the crow was able to outsmart him by flying away. This is why it's important to be quick and agile when needed. Sometimes you need to be able to run fast, jump high, or think quickly in order to escape a dangerous situation. We also learned that it's important to be resourceful. The crow was able to use his intelligence and the help of other birds to defeat the snake. He knew that he couldn't fight the snake alone, so he came up with a plan to get rid of him. This is why it's important to be resourceful and know when to ask for help. Sometimes you need to work together with others in order to achieve your goals. And finally, we learned that it's important to never give up. Even when the snake had the crow trapped, he didn't give up. He came up with a plan and executed it perfectly in order to save himself. This is why it's important to never give up, no matter how difficult the situation may seem. Keep trying and eventually you'll succeed. So my little friend, remember these lessons the next time you face a challenge. And always remember that brains are more powerful than brawn. Now it's time for bed. Close your eyes. Dream sweet dreams and remember to always be kind to one another. For kindness is the most important lesson of all. Thank you for watching. If you liked this video, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to subscribe. We'll see you next time. Oh, and remember, brains are more powerful than brawn.